is another Armsday in Destiny. So let's check out the gunsmith.
Never too early.
Okay. This week is it's a decent week for test weapons. We got the auto rifle, which you have to go kill Cabal with. The precision kills, Suros auto rifle. Some people have a hard time with this. You just gotta tap fire it on like Cabal. It actually is not that hard. We got a Vex Minotaur fusion rifle. You know, just gonna stop by the Citadel over on Venus, take out a few of those guys. We have our Crucible Hakke pulse rifle. Some people like this, some people hate it. Personally, this isn't that the hardest thing to get kills with. Just run around, clash for a bit, you'll get it in like maybe 5-10 minutes. We got the double kill sniper rifle, which it's not overly hard to do. Again, just run around on Mars for a bit, pop a few heads off Cabal. You'll get it done in really short times. Now, as far as this week's ones that you can buy, the Armenian SD, I'm still hoping that I can find one of these with focus fire, because that would make this gun just a destructive beast. The Ufren HC4, it's nothing special, but some people who prefer hand cannons love this thing to death. So if you already like hand cannons, I would recommend picking this up. We have the Herja D pulse rifle. Personally, I'm not a fan of the Hakke pulse rifles just for the fact that the fourth round seems to have a much higher recoil than most other types of pulse rifles. I find myself having to aim at things' crotches just to get a regular headshot with the fourth round. Plus, the Herja D is more on the medium to lower impact rating, and with the recent nerf to pulse rifles, this might be one you want to avoid. The Uzume RR4. Avoid this thing like the plague. It's low impact, high fire rate. Nothing special about this gun whatsoever. Irene is probably the sniper rifle to get in the game that is not exotic. This thing competes with 1,000-yard stare as far as impact, and if you can get the version with the hollow sight, it has the best sight in the game. I wouldn't recommend relying on luck in the chamber since they patched that particular perk to where it only affects headshots, which seems redundant, in my opinion. But also, if for going for last week's guns, the two guns you should have definitely picked up were the Suros PDX. One of the rolls actually has counterbalance, which takes care of the side-to-side recoil, which has been my biggest complaint about all the new pulse rifles, having a lot of side recoil, because you'll sit there and pull the trigger and it just pulls hard left or hard right. Counterbalance will make this entirely vertical. It is the best thing to have on any pulse rifle. And the Suros PDX is already a beast in Crucible, not having to worry about controlling your side recoil during the middle of a firefight is probably the best thing you can do. And if you like auto rifles but you're just worried about, impact, the Zerania D of this time around has focus fire. You add the fact that it has crowd control with the SC Hollow sights. SC Hollow is probably the best sight on a Hakke weapon. It's large, it's open, you can see where you're shooting and still accurately hit your targets. I haven't fully upgraded this thing yet, but I'm probably going to see how this thing fires and with the focus fire. But otherwise, I might just stick with the high caliber rounds because the impact combined with the staggering ability is going to be nice.
You take care of that gun, Guardian.
So in fact, let's drop down. Let's go Cosmodrome. Just test out the weapon a little bit. I do like the loading times on PS4 versus PS3 a lot now. Let's do Cosmodrome, Patrol. Just, take out a few drags. I'll try and do an Armsday video once a week if I'm able to. I can't promise I'll have the same early upload times as a lot of the other Destiny YouTubers, but I do want to make like a scheduled release dates for certain videos. Honestly, there's too many people doing Xur videos, so I will not do a Xur video unless something's like really spectacular.
The Cosmic,
I'll look at an event.
a rusting monument to the collapse. Someday we'll reclaim this place, right?
If you're game, I'm game.
Oh yes. This is a
Well
much needed role for this particular weapon. Let's go downstairs. We'll play around with it on these Hive Ultras, assuming they're here. Not Ultras, Majors. That is definitely the role you want on your Xurania D, because it brings it down to a slower fire rate where you don't feel like you're just spraying bullets. And plus with the hollow sight you have a much more open sight picture versus the iron sights. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like the iron sights on Hakke weapons, especially the post iron sights, which is what you find on the Fabian strategy. But this is much more open. You get a lot better picture idea where you're shooting. Because the problem with iron sights is that if you're going for headshots, you have to kind of guess where their neck is. Plus with the slower fire rate of focus fire, you're able to worry more about hitting rounds on your targets. And then if you get close, you can still get fire at the regular rate. Alright, let's put on the Speedy X. I have counterbalance already put on. So the recoil isn't like removed because of counterbalance, but it goes basically straight up, so it's more predictable. You're not worried about your side to side. Let's go over here and look at the wall. I mean, there's still like a little bit off to the left, as you can see, but without it, it would just be going really hard left. Alright, well that was it for today's Arms Day, and hopefully I will see you guys next week.